What does it mean to always be watching the clock when you're a working mom? So, I work a contract job, which means I don't get time off. Any time that I have to make up, meaning that if I miss time, in order to meet my 40-hour week, I have to make up the time. And of course, I want my paycheck, so I make up the time. So, yesterday, I knew I would be going this morning to go to an event at my daughter's school. So, I stayed an hour and a half late yesterday. And so this morning, when I took my daughter to school, I waited there for the event to start. We're outside, we're in the field, her and I together, I'm holding her hand and, we're laughing, having a good time. And well, outwardly having a good time. But in my mind, I'm thinking about, am I going to make it back in an hour and a half? The clock is ticking. They haven't started the event. There's a lot of people here. How am I going to get out the parking lot? Like, everything was going through my head. And so the event was supposed to start at 8:30, which it started a few minutes late. It wasn't bad, probably 5 minutes late. And it was only 30 minutes. So, but I drove her to school. So I was already there. I was basically there since 7:45. And so I'm there and I'm like, okay, well, hopefully things will move along quickly. The the event ends, and I say goodbye to her. She's like, "Oh, do you want to walk me to my classroom?" And I'm like, "No, you got to go with your teacher. There's other parents there, other because I actually know a lot of the parents now. There's other moms there. People are saying hi to me. I'm like, hey, hey, hi, hi. Not trying to be rude, but I'm thinking to myself, I have to go. Like, I need to get out of here. So I'm making a mad dash to the parking lot. Luckily, I parked in the front. I parked in the front, but where I was parked at, people did not want to let me out because I was in an awkward place where I parked, and so people did not want to let me out. So I had to like just force my way out, in the parking lot. And I'm like, okay, people get out of my way because now I got to get back. And at this point, I went past the hour and a half because again, I dropped her off at school, so I was there waiting before the event started. So my time is eaten away. And so at this point, I'm 2 hours, almost 2 hours down. I'm like, okay, if I can get home, I think when the event ended, I think I had like 17 minutes left. And I'm like, okay, if I can get home in this amount of time, I can make it back without having to make up any more time today. So I'm stepping on the gas. I'm stepping on the gas, okay? And let me tell you, I felt like everything was slowing me down. I never see. I live in Georgia. I have never seen a street sweeper here ever. There was a street sweeper in the lane I was in. I'm like, why is this lane stopping? And as the other car went around, then I see, oh, there's a street sweeper here. What in the world is going on? I've never seen that. I'm from New York, and street sweepers clean the street every week, and you got to move your cars, all the stuff. They don't do that here, so I have no idea what was going on. Anyhow, I'm panicking, panicking, panicking. Am I going to make it back in time? And I finally get back home, get into my driveway. I was going to leave the car just in the driveway and rush back inside to log in. I was like, no, I'm being ridiculous. I was like, okay, let me just park the car in the garage, put the car in the garage. I run inside and I log back in. And from that time I left the school to the time I got home, I think it was probably almost 20 minutes. So I was 3 minutes over, meaning that I owed 3 minutes, which technically I didn't really owe the 3 minutes because I always log into work a few minutes early. So I didn't owe the 3 minutes, but the whole panic about my time and the work time and not being able to enjoy myself, worrying about being back, worrying about making up time. I have a 2 year old, soon to be 3 year old. He stays at home with me and while I work. And so then I'm like, okay, if I go over the time, then when I get off of work, I'm not going to be able to take him out and go to lunch. Like it's just a layer of things that pile on and pile on and pile on. And so I hate that. I hate it. I hate that I have to worry about time. I hate that I can't enjoy myself, that I constantly have to rush from place to place to place. Whether my daughter has a doctor's appointment, whether my son has a doctor's appointment, if I have to go somewhere and it's during my work hours, I'm constantly rushing because I don't want to have to make up time to meet my day. And I know some people may not experience that because they may not work a contract job, but maybe you work a regular job and have limited PTO. Maybe you have PTO that, I guess maybe you just don't have a lot of PTO. Maybe you have PTO that you want to use for vacation. You don't want to use it to go waste your day at an appointment, or you don't want to use it to go to an event at your kid's school. Whatever the situation is, I feel, and maybe other moms may feel this, maybe you don't feel this, but I feel like I'm constantly rushing, constantly worrying about time, constantly having to, okay, let me step on the gas and get to where I need to get to. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting and it's stressful. And I'll be glad when this season is over, when I don't have to worry about rushing back to make up time or worrying about making up time. And as a mom, every day, I feel like I do try to make a bit of a schedule. So my day is already, boxed out. Okay, from this time I'm working. From this time to this time I'm doing my daughter's, helping her with her homework. From this time to this time I'm making dinner. From this time to this time I'm cleaning up the kitchen. From this time to this time it's bath time. Like my day is already blocked out. So when I have to make up time for my job, it is already stressful. It creates a higher level of stress that I don't particularly want and I don't particularly need. All that being said, and I've said it before, I'm grateful to be working. I know there are so many people who are not working, but I also want to have a healthy balance of my mind, and just, it becomes a lot. So I don't know. Let me know if you feel that way, if you're a working mom. Maybe you're working a contract job like me, or maybe you just have limited PTO, but you feel the stress of rushing around and, of course, wanting to be present. My daughter wanted me to come to this event, and I go to all the school events. Like anything that anything I'm invited to, I go. Like I volunteer in the class, I do all that stuff, and so I'm constantly. This is not just a today thing. I'm constantly making up time, which makes my day longer, makes my week longer, and it just is stressful. It's a lot. But so if you're a mom and you are in a situation, or you know what it feels like to rush from place to place, please let me know in the comments, or let me know what you've done to get around that. Maybe you went and got another job. And I've looked for other jobs, and I personally, when I read the job, when I read the job descriptions and I see all the work that you have to do, I'm like, oh gosh, no, no, no. Like I would be worse off. I honestly feel like I'll be worse off because I like getting up early. Not that I like. Right now, I get up, I make my own hours for my job. So I get up super duper early and I'm done with work by 1 o'clock, which allows me to go get my daughter from school when I need to, allows me to go take my son out to lunch, take him outside, do things with him. It allows me to have somewhat of a balance with them when I'm not making up time. But again, let me know if you've been in this situation, what you did to overcome it, or what you're doing just for your own mental peace, for your inner peace, all those things. Let me know what you've done. I would love to hear it.